So I brought Chris back in here to help me out with knee on belly submissions. All right, we've already learned how to control that knee on belly. Now let's learn how to submit from it. So I've got Chris in the knee on belly position, and whichever method I use to get there, whatever method I use to control, it's now time to submit him. So one of my favorites is the baseball bat choke. All right, just like I'm holding a baseball bat. That's going to be my grip in his collar. So my thumb is going to go into the collar. My four fingers are going to go into the collar. So again, it's like I'm holding his collar like a baseball bat choke. Now, where my hand positioning is important. If it's too wide, it's not going to be any good. But also if it's too deep, it's not going to be any good. The width that I want is the width of his neck. So thumb in on the near side, four fingers in on the far side. All right, now we'll finish the choke first, and then we'll talk about some common ways he's going to try to defend it and how he'll deal with it. So once I have my grips established, this elbow, my far side elbow, is going to come across and touch my other elbow. So I'm squeezing my elbows together here. Now I'm going to slide off to the north-south position. I like to bring my knee over and block his head so that he can't rotate out and unwind the choke. Now my head drops to his hip. Which hip? The top hand. All right, the top hand hip. That's where my head drops to. Now I give a squeeze with my back, just like any cross choke. I give a squeeze with my back. Essentially, that's what we're setting up here. By the time we come from knee on belly to north-south, we've got a cross choke in place, just like we would do from the mounted position. So here we are in my knee on belly position. Near side thumb in, far side hand, four fingers in. I'm right at the width of his neck, not too wide, not too shallow. Now, I bring my elbows together. I hop off and I rotate right around. I like to drop this knee right alongside of his ear because if Chris starts to rotate that direction, he could unwind the choke. All right, so I like to drop my knee so he can't rotate. Now my head goes right to his hip. My ear goes to his hip. And now I perform a roll. My choke is done by pulling with my back, taking my elbows into my pockets. So let's talk about some common things that he may do to try to stifle my efforts here. When I sink my grip, let's talk about the far side. He brings it, swims it underneath, and he answers the foam. Pretty effective way to stop this because I can't bring my elbows together now. So he shut me down for a split second. What am I going to do? I'm going to rip my hand out, and I'm going to punch it right back in, and then drop my elbow right into his chest. So if he tries to get in there again now, there's no space. Okay, so I set my initial grip, and he very quickly swims inside of it before I can get my elbow tight. I rip it out, I punch it back in, and I get real heavy on that elbow. No, he's not getting back in there now, okay? Then I'll finish the choke. Let's see if he finishes or tries to stifle my efforts with his near side arm, right? He brings this in. Not as effective of a defense as the outside arm, but there's still an arm in the mix now, and he can cause me some problems with it. So how do I want to clear this? I'm going to take my knee off of his belly, and I'm going to drop it right across his bicep. You see now that already opens everything wide. Now I swing my elbows together, drop my knee alongside of his head, and roll the choke. Okay, so really, really nice choke from the knee on belly position. Put that into your arsenal. You're going to catch a lot of people with this choke. Thanks, Chris.